The movie reviewed in this episode is rated R. Listener discretion is advised.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Scary Movie Nights podcast, a bi-weekly podcast where the scares are real, but the friendships are realer. This week, we will be reviewing Sinister, released in 2012. That's Mariana.
And that's Joan.
And we are your hosts for the night. But first, Mariana, let me ask you, what had you... Not climbing a tree. Actually, yeah, climbing a tree this week.
Yeah.
Hanging from a tree,
I was
maybe?
hanging out on the tree.
Trimming a tree?
I was pruning a tree.
Pruning a tree? Yes, all of these work.
A
Correct.
Tree this week because I had an organic run-in with a Girl Scout and I bought Girl Scout cookies.
Whoa, you just ran into them on the street?
Yeah. I literally was going to a coffee shop and the coffee shop was next to like a neighborhood. And the house next to the coffee shop, there was like a little girl and her family in the like driveway.
Oh my God, was it like lemonade stand vibes?
Yes, it was lemonade stand vibes.
That's so cool.
And I've been wanting Girl Scout cookies and I was like, girl, give me 4 boxes Thin Mints.
Period. Thin Mints, dude. Oh my God.
So yeah, I know what I'm about.
Are those your favorite?
They're my favorite.
Do you freeze them?
Yes.
Oh my God, they're so good. And like also the fudge ones, the chocolate fudge.
I only buy the Thin Mints.
Okay.
I've tried the other ones.
The lemon ones are good too.
No, they're too sweet. The Thin Mint is the perfect cookie.
All right.
Thin Mint perfect cookie.
I'm sorry. Don't call Bagul on me. Don't call Bagul on me.
Hello, Bagul.
Eater of children.
Come take Joan.
I got Pazuzu on speed dial, so...
Babadoo? Like, I'm just going through my phone.
What other?
Like,
Valak.
Pazuzu, Valak. Joan, what had you pruning the tree this week?
I reached my goal weight. As you know, I have been leaning out, which I guess, I'm not a bodybuilder, but like in the bodybuilding world, they call it cutting, right? I have been on such low calories, girl. I am so hungry with brain fog. So if I like mumble my words or something or seem low energy throughout the episode, that is why. But I can finally start eating at maintenance calories, which brings a tear to my eye. I am so hungry, girl. Like literally, I might steal a box of your Girl Scout cookies. So if you find one missing later, you know who it is.
Lock the fridge, Logan. Lock the fridge.
But that had me. I also I watched a couple of movies this week. I watched Iron Lung today with Brian. It was like okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was an entertaining film, and if you like horror movies, I would say check it out. Not necessarily like you don't need to be in theaters, but like if it streams or whatever. And then Wuthering Heights as well, which was also okay.
It was okay.
It was like good to it was like okay to good. Like
okay to good.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I was entertained, but I wouldn't be like What surprises me a little bit is Emerald Fennell.
Yeah.
Directed Saltburn also. And I love Saltburn. I'm sorry, but I was the bathtub scene, it was just, I mean, and she likes Jacob Elordi too.
Yeah. I think the movie would have benefited from being a standalone thing, but the fact that it was like, it was quote unquote Wuthering Heights, but it's based on this like iconic novel.
Yeah.
That has been studied over and over again, and there's like these themes that are just totally ignored in the film for the sake of the film that she wanted to make, which is fine, but I think it's hard to not compare it to the novel.
She could have called it something else.
She could have.
I think that would have, because I did go in with expectations.
Yeah.
I was sad that she left off the second generation.
Yeah.
I think that, I thought that was like, it all kind of comes full circle. I think it's a cool moment.
Yeah, because there's like, spoiler, she dies. And then in the book, there's like 200 pages after she dies.
Yeah.
And this just
ends. There was no Heathcliff come home, like, it's me or Kathy, Kate Bush moment. Yeah. I would have enjoyed Kate Bush.
I think
in that film.
Yeah, it was fine. It was aesthetically.
Have you heard that song, Wuthering Heights by
No, what the? Wait.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, it's a pretty good song, bro.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what John's going on about. The brain fog is brain fogging.
It's a brain fogging a little bit, but I
Okay.
distinctly remember this is not a hallucination.
Okay.
It's just Kate Bush doing like flips and stuff like that.
Oh
like
my-
singing
wait,
Wuthering
no,
Heights.
you're
Have you seen the
right.
video? Yeah.
Yes.
It was back in the day when like they didn't quite know what to do about music videos, so they were just doing random crap.
You're so right. Yeah.
Oh,
the movie was
man.
visually beautiful, stunning. The
Yeah.
costume design, excellent.
I agree.
The acting was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
it was
yeah.
like good. So, but anyway,
It was.
I think Sinister's better.
It withered. I agree. I agree. I love this movie. I love this movie. This was like I pushed for this one.
Yes. So enough about that. Let's paint the walls
Yo!
for Sinister.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so first we have our no spoiler section, which Mar will treat us to some non-spoilery trivia and synopsis. So Mar, take it away.
Let's do it. It's not super long. The Wikipedia page for this movie is not long. Also, I had no idea that there was a Sinister 2.
Oh yeah.
What?
It's not as good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But okay, here is my no spoiler synopsis. Sinister 2012 is a supernatural horror film that follows a washed up true crime author, Ellison Oswald, and his investigation of a family murder. Following a move into the murdered family home, Ellison finds a box of Super 8 films, which launches him into the mysterious investigation of what he thinks could be a serial killer. As he uncovers the story, he finds his own family may be at risk.
That's a great synopsis.
Thank you.
Calling him a washed up true crime author.
He is kind of washed up. Sorry, King.
No, it's true. It's true. Because he like wrote like 2 other books after his big hit, which were like not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but when he's like watching his own like interviews, I was like, King,
I know.
that's so sad.
That's really weird, bro.
King,
Please.
don't. Okay, I kind of get it because so my friend got me tickets to go see the play Real Women Have Curves.
Okay.
So we went. She got them for me for Valentine's Day, but we went last Tuesday at the Alley Theater. And when we were leaving, they were doing this promotion for the Frida Kahlo exhibit at the Museum of Fine Arts Houston. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they were giving out these like beautiful embroidered hearts. And yeah, it was so
cute.
Cool. I have it hanging in my car, and I'm walking out, and like she gives it to me, and my dumbass was like, "How much is it?" And she was like, "It's free, bitch." I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
And then she when we walked down, like we were walking, the big red steps at the Alley Theater.
Yep.
Really pretty, and they're like, "Hey, would you mind if we use like your pictures for like promotion, like for social media?"
Whoa.
And I was like, "Okay." And they were like, "Can we take a picture
model.
of y'all?" And so they took a picture, and we're like holding the little hearts, and we're like, and I was like, "Whatever." Bro, they posted us.
Period.
And so me last night watching the video over and over again, that was Ellison Oswald watching his interview videos.
Except you're not washed up. You're in your prime.
I'm not washed up yet. Okay, so this film was written by Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill. I don't know why he puts C. His name is like Christopher. Sir, I'll call you C.
Chris Robert.
Chris Robert and Scott wrote this together, and then Scott directed it. They have worked together a lot. They worked together for Doctor Strange, Black Phone 2, Sinister 2. Scott Derrickson also directed The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
One of my favorite scary movies, to be honest.
Great one. That one we have in the vault.
Yeah, we do.
We should just re-record it.
Bro, we should just re-record it because A, it's really good, and B, the only reason we didn't post it is because we couldn't figure out the mics. That was like our first mic use.
Yeah.
And we were both like, bro, we have these mics. It's so awesome. This is great. Girl, they were not even on.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what happened.
No, they were on, but like they weren't connected or something, or like the setting wasn't anyway. We need to re-record Exorcism.
We will re-record Exorcism of Emily Rose because it's an excellent movie.
Yeah.
So I do think I saw a lot of similarities in just like the general vibe, and obviously they both have Ethan Hawke, but like between Sinister and Black Phone, I'm like there's like a I don't know what to like a
how dark they are.
Yeah,
honestly.
like a grit to it.
Yeah.
Really
a grit?
cool.
Okay, yeah, a grit, yeah. I meant literally how dark they are.
No, I agree. Yes.
Both
My
films,
God.
nobody
Don't
turns
even
on
get
any
me
lights.
started. Okay, Black Phone is one thing because it's like, okay, like he's in a basement. But in this movie, I'm like, sir.
Literally allergic to turning on lights.
I was like, maybe they're trying to save money, but then when they moved back into their original home and it's a fucking mansion, I was like,
Also
you couldn't
dark.
afford to turn the lights on? Sir, crazy. Okay, this movie stars Ethan Hawke as Ellison Oswalt. He was also in Black Phone. We also have Juliet Rylance as Tracy Oswalt, Fred Thompson as the sheriff, and I think he was like the governor of the state of Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Shout out. We have James.
Wait, the
Ransone.
actor?
The actor
Was the governor while they were filming or
at
before
some
after?
point. I don't know when.
Okay. That's pretty cool though.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
James Ransone, he was Deputy So-and-so, and he actually is also in Black Phone. I don't know, I didn't notice it until I was doing the research, but he's like the brother who's like also trying to figure out what's going on in Black Phone. We have our two kids, Michael Hall Daddario and Claire Foley, and then we have a bunch of like not loosely credited or uncredited, but we have like all the actors, the young actors who played the children in the film. And then we have Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Professor Jonas, and he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of funny that he was like uncredited. I don't know how they decide to do that, if the actor just wanted to be uncredited, but he is in this film, and I really liked him. I'll talk about this more later, but I love when they're like something supernatural is happening and they go consult an expert at a university.
Me too.
And they pull out the tomes and they like are showing the books with the lore. It is everything to me. I love it. He's like, this is a pagan deity. Yes, give it to me.
And this is the 14th century tome that I got this information from.
Exactly, and I just happen to have it on me right now.
The clacking of the nails.
Literally. Yes. Now, C. Robert Cargill came up with the premise for this film when he had a nightmare after watching The Ring.
Whoa.
Yes.
The Ring is so influential.
I'm saying. In the dream, he found a film in his attic, and it showed a family being hanged. So this led to him coming up with kind of like the initial idea for the film and Mr. Boogie, which was like a boogeyman, and he kind of was picturing this as a Willy Wonka-like figure that feeds off children's innocence. And they initially wanted it to look like Willy Wonka, but then like Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka, but then they were like, no one's gonna take this seriously, like it's gonna look too goofy. So they went to Flickr.
No, they could have done good.
I like what they have though.
I do too, but yes, I agree. I don't think they should have changed it or whatever. Like they did a good job, but I think that also could have worked if they made him really creepy. I mean, if you think about it, like Pennywise is a clown, literally.
Yeah.
But he's so scary.
Terrifying.
Anyway, sorry.
So they went to Flickr. Have you heard of Flickr? It just has a bunch of like good images, and you can like search a word and it'll give you pictures. And they typed in horror, and they found an image that they liked, and they purchased the rights for it for like $500. They liked that it had this like black metal band like vibe, like appearance. Like I did when I first watched this movie, I was like, why is he a member of Kiss? Like why does he have Kiss makeup on?
Correct.
Love that. They also decided to make him a pagan deity. So Bughuul is not a real pagan deity. He's totally made up. They also took inspo from metal bands, black metal bands, for the symbol that is found at a lot of the murder sites in the film, which I thought was pretty neat. And then they also used ambient tracks from Norwegian metal bands throughout the film, which I did notice. Like I thought that the sound design was really interesting in the movie.
I loved it.
And it was very like effectively and like very well utilized.
That's like half of the reason, like the soundtrack and stuff, half of the reason why the movie is so good.
I think this movie, it's a little bit different watching it again. But the first time I watched it, it was so effective with like the jump scares, and I was really like, I was totally bought in. Although I do think that it does require a certain amount of like suspension of disbelief to really like buy into the movie and be like invested in it. But it was just so good, and I love the concept, and we'll get into that later in the spoiler-free section, but I was really into it. Now in the film, our main character Ellison finds this box of film, and it's Super 8 film, and they actually use real Super 8 film to shoot all of the family videos, quote unquote family videos, the home videos. So I thought that was kind of neat. Okay, now for miscellaneous details, again, I don't have a ton of research for this one. The Wikipedia page was sort of brief. But when they were recording Ethan Hawke, he had never seen the Super 8 footage before. So when he's sitting there watching these films that his character just found it randomly in the attic, that was like his real reaction to
that's
watching them.
really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he had some idea of like what he was supposed to be watching.
Yeah.
But, he had never actually seen the films before. There was one of the family is all played by stunt people, stunt folk. Whenever they're, hanging
Stunt
from a
deities.
tree. And this is not a spoiler because this is literally the opening scene of the film. But one of the stunt people, the harness that they had on, it actually kind of like failed. And it like went up to his neck and he was uninjured. He was fine, but they fired the stunt director and hired a new one.
Oh, shit.
After that. Because there's a couple other crazy things that they had to use. And it was also kind of difficult to get some of the shots because a lot of the Super 8 film is at night. Actually, the tree scene is the only one that happens during the day. All the other ones are at night.
Oh, true, yeah.
So they had to get the lighting just right since they were filming on Super 8. Now, in 2020, Forbes magazine conducted a study, the Science of Scare Project, where the heart rate of the viewers were monitored while they watch a number of horror films. And out of 35 films, this movie won, having the highest average heart rate at 86 BPM, spiking at 131 BPM. Thus, it is often referred to or deemed the scariest movie ever made.
Nice. Now, was this dethroned by Longlegs? Because
sure.
I remember they did the same thing, and they were like, "This is one of the scariest movies," because they like hooked people up. And
Longlegs was scary.
I don't think so.
I don't think this is the scariest movie ever made.
No.
But I don't think that Longlegs was necessarily scary. I think Longlegs had some really good jump scares.
But also, you have to wonder who is their sample. Like, who is their demographic for that?
What was the pool?
Is it people who regularly watch horror movies? Or is it just like your average person who might not watch horror movies a lot? Because I feel like we love horror movies. We watch a lot of them. And even when we watch movies, like, we almost watch them critically. You know what I mean? Which I think is a little bit different than just being like your average person trying to enjoy a film. So I'm like...
I don't. I go in and I'm like... entertain me.
Oh man.
I think I don't watch horror movies that critically.
Okay.
Like unlike other movies where I might be more critical.
Oh, I see.
Like I think
like you were watching Wuthering Heights and you were like
I was like yeah, but with horror I'm almost always like really bought in and I almost always really like them. Or like a lot of like comedies or rom-coms, I'm pretty critical of them. Like, there's this specific one, like, it's just, like, hard to get, right? Have you seen Anyone But You? It's got Sydney Sweeney and, what's his face?
Oh, yes. She has the Australian boyfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What's his name? He looks like a capybara.
He's hot, too. I don't remember.
Anyway... Terrible. No chemistry. So bad. Hated it. But then there's other movies like, oh my God, it has the same guy. It's literally
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. It's Glenn Powell and Zoe Deutsch, and they set up their bosses, set it up. Great fucking rom-com. They have so much chemistry. It's so silly and funny and fun.
So the problem here is...
Sydney Sweeney, maybe, perhaps. I don't like her. Sorry, I just
neither.
don't. Anyway. I don't think I'm as critical of horror movies.
What I mean, not critically as in like, I'm critical of this film. Critically as in like, you absorb it on a higher level because you're so used to watching horror and because you're like thinking about like the themes and the motifs.
Yeah. But
like,
do you think that would... I think that would result in like lower BPM. Because you're kind of like expecting it and you like know what you're getting yourself into compared to like a horror newbie.
Correct. Yeah. That's that. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, because you watch them a certain type of way, we don't think it's as scary, or because we're so used to these tropes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like demons aren't new to us. You know, we watched all sorts of. We just named a whole roster of them. You know what I mean? Like the whole roster of demons we could call up for.
Yeah.
So don't mess with us. I'm just kidding.
Yes, let me get in there on the roster, but no, I agree.
But yeah, I'm like, okay, who did they use for this? Let's deep dive into their methodology.
Yeah, I would like to see the research. I would like to see the
is it
data.
peer reviewed?
Is it peer reviewed?
Can it be reconstructed? You know?
Yeah, let's read. Like, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Now, having said that, what do you think is the scariest movie you have seen?
What's the scariest movie I've ever seen? This is a great question.
I love this question.
Oh, man. Honestly, I'm gonna go with just like from the top of my head, The Conjuring 2 really freaked me out. Like the jump scares were really bad, and then like Valak, like when Valak pops out of the painting in the study.
The first time I ever saw that,
pooped on my pants.
Literally. No, that was so good.
I don't know if it's
effective.
the scariest movie, but like just off the top of my head, when you asked me that, I was like, ooh, Conjuring 2.
Or scariest, like, that you have seen. So it doesn't have to be like, this is like objectively the scariest movie, but like, this is the one that made me shit my pants.
Yeah.
It's Conjuring 2.
I think so. But I will say The Exorcist, the book, gave me nightmares.
Yeah.
And like they were bad for like a couple of days.
Oh
I had
my
nightmares.
gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think this has to do with the fact that I was a young child when I watched this. And I actually still have never seen this movie again, but Pan's Labyrinth really freaked me out. Really bad.
We should do Pan's Labyrinth.
We should do Pan's
It's
Labyrinth.
so good.
I literally haven't seen it since. But I would agree with The Conjuring 2.
Yeah? Yeah.
It's so good.
It's really good.
Okay, now Ethan Hawke plays a writer in this movie, and he is a writer in real life. He has written 2 novels, The Hottest State in 96 and Ash Wednesday in 2002. And I didn't know that about Ethan Hawke, so
cool.
Great. Awesome.
Go off, King.
This film holds a rating of 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think it should be higher.
I think it should be higher, too.
I do think that there's a lot of parts of this movie where you have to like suspend disbelief, like I said earlier, and I think that can take you out of the movie, but I can suspend it and I'm all good to go because I'm bought in for this movie.
Me too.
And I really like the mystery that it has to offer, and I love the jump scares, and I just really like this movie.
Yeah, I really like the movie too. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, that is it for my spoilers.
That's it?
Yes.
Thanks, Mar.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, now we're gonna head into our spoiler section. So, listener, if you have not watched Sinister, make sure you pause, watch the movie, come back and listen to the rest of the podcast if you care about being spoiled. So, what do you think?
I love this movie.
It's good. I love this movie too.
It's really good.
So what do you mean about suspension of disbelief?
Like I feel
which
like there
parts?
are like some parts where it's like, okay, come on, like be for real. Like for instance, how did the children manage to do all that shit?
Period. Okay,
like,
that's my whole. So the children were like the most confused, like not confusing necessarily, but like the weirdest part for me.
Yeah.
Because like once you saw them on screen, first of all, I don't think that the effects that they used were good.
I agree. It's like less is more. It made them less scary.
I agree.
I think
100%.
But also like the opening scene, it's this family, 4 people hanging from a branch on a tree, like hanging, and this little girl, fucking 7 years old. Mm-hmm. How the fuck did she get them up there?
No, she excuse me. So what she did was she tied them up while they were on the ground.
That's right.
And then she sawed off the branch to use as leverage.
How did she know how to use the rope? How did she tie them up? How did she tie them up without them like struggling? Like how did they all like drug their family, right?
Yeah, they drug their families.
But still, like there's just like so much that I'm like, if the people are drugged, in theory, they would have been laying down on the ground, which means they would have had to cover like more distance going up the tree when the branch, because she cuts off them. How did she know how to work the fucking branch cutter? How did Bakul know how to work the branch cutter?
Bagul is a modern man.
Crazy.
Okay.
You're so right. But there's just like
Bagul knows physics now. Okay.
Bagul actually has an engineering degree from
Yeah,
MIT.
he has a PhD. So I don't know what you're talking
He went
about.
to Caltech. So
Caltech.
no, yeah, there's just a couple of things like that where I'm like, okay, fine. Like, but like again, I ignore that part of my brain because I'm like bought into the movie.
Yeah.
But I just also the biggest suspension of disbelief. He moved them into this house where this murder happened.
That's like actually insane.
And his wife finds out about it, and she stays. The way I would be out of there with my children immediately. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, my favorite part is when he's like,
she's like, I'm going back to England with my parents, with my sister.
The way that he's like, they didn't actually die here, and she's like, they didn't die in this house. And
The audacity
they died
of this
in the backyard,
man.
Actually,
This man pissed me off so much when he said that. I was so mad for her because how are you gonna tell me they didn't die in the house? Technically, actually,
it was actually in the magnet. Shut up.
Stupid.
That's on the property. That's on the property. Like, your kids are out there playing. That was really crazy.
The way that Ethan Hawke's character pissed me off actually is actually the scary part.
I think like that part was really intriguing, and his like whole obsession with writing another great book at his expense, like at the expense of like his sanity and his family's well-being, and he's like drinking. I wish that they had like played that up and like taken that and freaking ran with it. I love when a movie
his obsession with writing his book?
Yeah.
What do you mean he moved them into a murder house?
I wanted him to go crazy. I wanted him to question whether or not he like was seeing things. Like, I wanted to see like Shining level cuckoo crazy.
I think that was part of the whole thing though. Yeah. Is like is this supernatural or is this just a normal thing?
Yeah.
Because even him like when he sees the three animals, like the scorpion, the dog, and the snake, like these are all normal things that it's weird finding them there.
Yeah.
But it's like these things exist and they're not like necessarily supernatural.
Yeah.
Only later do you find out they're supernatural in nature. And then like the things that he hears around the house and like oh my God, when his son had that night terror and came out of that box,
See, that was so
that
good.
was so scary,
so
bro.
Good, so scary.
Because it's not even, it is a little bit of a jump scare, but it's like a really long one.
Yeah.
Because he's coming out of that box in like the scariest way.
And you don't know what's going on, and you don't really realize that it's the son yet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
and you're just like,
yeah.
And then you're just like,
So
oh,
good.
okay, he's the son.
But it's like one of those moments where you're like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
Or is this a supernatural thing?
Yes.
And then it takes a minute for it to kick in and be like,
yeah,
it's the son. He's having a night terror, like all this stuff. Yeah, I think those are like, I mean, I'm not complaining.
I see what you mean by
that. You have to like kind of like ignore a rational part of your brain to enjoy it. I also like love the lighting choices. Like, obviously I'm complaining of like turn on the lights, but I don't know if that was a choice made by the directors. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it kind of like, in a way, to me, it like represented like Ellison and how he's like trying so hard to go towards the light, quote unquote, and the light is like finally writing another really great book or another really great novel, like solving a mystery. But in pursuit of that, he's like in the dark in his home life, in his family life, and kind of like not appreciating what is there. And to me, I don't know if that's what it was meant to represent, but to me it felt like, oh, like this man is in the dark. Like, this man doesn't understand his priorities. This man obviously is fucking insane, moving his family into that house. Like, it's crazy. So
wait, that's a really good point.
That.
Yeah, I like that you caught that. I mean, I certainly did not. That's a really interesting thought. Like, he is maybe going through a dark time in his life. Yeah, he's in a dark
place for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and I think also like to see or to write the things that he's writing about, like, I mean, you're not writing about puppies and rainbows. Like, you're writing about murder. Like, that's going to put you in a bad place. Like, he's drinking and he literally has to be in a dark place to watch these Super 8 films, these snuff films. And it's, I think, I don't know if that was the intention, but that's kind of how I interpreted it as I was watching it. Because, you know, like, at one point his wife is like, you always get like this when you're writing. Like, you usually, it doesn't get this bad this early on.
Yeah.
But it seems like when he like delves into this, it kind of like chips away at him.
Yeah. No, that like it takes a piece of him away or something. Whoa, that's a really great point, actually. It's really funny because I did write, does this movie have any mean anything? Perhaps. Does it seem like it? Not at all.
Yeah.
But like, that's a really good point that you just made.
Yeah.
Like you have to be willing to turn the lights on. And you have to be, just like in your life, you have to be willing to make a positive change or be a positive person. That's a really good point. I mean, yeah. And I think like on the surface level too, like if you have somebody in your house, you think there's somebody in your house, turn on all of your fucking lights.
Literally immediately turn on all the lights.
Because
so crazy that he never did that.
Come on.
Oh my God, he'd be like, so-and-so, turn on the light. You
turn
would
on the
see
light.
If it's so-and-so.
You would literally see all of these
my
ghost
God.
children chasing you around the house.
It's crazy. I think part of it is like he didn't want to see the reality that he had put himself in this position. And I do think that I don't know if this is what the movie was also going for, but there's something to be said about like the sacrifices that you make for like art. And I think we can see that in horror, especially like the older films, the classics, where we throw out dignity or treating actors well for the sake of getting a good reaction, for the sake of getting the shot. And I think that's kind of interesting to think about, like, what are you willing to sacrifice to make this thing you're passionate about?
Your family.
Are you willing to sacrifice your family?
And you know, it also goes to like, because I have a feeling that like they kind of ignored the daughter. You know what I mean? Because like the son was the one having all of these night terrors. And so actually they kind of set it up so that like maybe the son does all these things, but it was really the daughter who did all these things. And I think that also speaks to like sometimes when people have multiple children and one of them is like really sick or like going through something, they really focus on that one child and then they like ignore the other. And what happens then is because you're ignoring the other child or the other children, they rebel or they try to lash out in some way to like gain attention. And I think it's almost like a warning too. It's like, yes, obviously like take care of the child that needs taken care of, but like don't neglect your other children also. Because I feel like if they had just paid attention to her a little bit more, that they would have probably caught her putting shit in their drinks or, you know, watching these movies, because she had to watch the movies in order for Bagul to like become, to possess her.
Because there's power in like the imagery. I did really like that they let her paint on the walls.
That was cute.
They seemed like a family that like allowed their kids to like express themselves, and like I thought it was really cute that they were like, okay,
with boundaries, which is great,
healthy.
Yes,
it's like only in your room. Oh my God, and the scene where she's like in bed and it's like this creepy drawing of the tree, and then it turns and it's the little girl, like the dead little girl.
That is crazy.
Oh, that was so scary.
And she's like, yes. But it's also like the painting of like the family and like
and the tree.
The tree.
Yeah.
Girl, that was creepy.
Yeah, it was super creepy. Also, I gotta say the girl was good at painting. Like
she was pretty good. She was very creative. Yeah, I liked her paintings too. What did you think about the tapes? So I think that the tapes were the other half of what made this movie good. Like the sound design and the Super 8 tapes were like really amazing.
Think the sound design, the Super 8 tapes, and the concept that this is like, well, I love a movie where you have this marriage of like technology and supernatural, in The Ring, which is like, you know, obviously inspired this. But I really love the concept that, you know, like the family, like once they move, like the connection is the homes that they lived in. Like I thought that was so cool. But yeah, it was.
Which is really fucked up because if you think about it, like when crazy stuff starts happening to you, what's the first thing you want to do?
Get
Move out. So, and then it's like it's that act of like moving away that then causes things to like go.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because when we talk about scary movies, we're like, go get the hell out of that house. Like, what are you still doing in there? And like that's the thing that he does, and then it ends up being the wrong decision.
I think similar to like the concept of The Ring, where it's like you're supposed to spread this, like you want to spread this thing like a virus. It's kind of like that, and you can like trace. Where this is
when Officer so-and-so or Deputy so-and-so called and said those things, I was like, oh
my god, when he wasn't answering Deputy so-and-so, I was like,
I was so mad.
Pick up the phone,
like it's almost like his ego and his egoism was his downfall in the end.
Yeah.
Because he still looked down on Deputy so-and-so. I don't think he ever really learned his name.
No, and we don't learn
we don't know what his name is, and it's one of those things like, if you had just treated him with a little bit more respect, it could have made a difference. I mean, maybe not, but maybe it's.
I think it's also interesting, like sometimes in horror films or like in The Ring, you have this mystery and you don't really know what's going on, and then you figure it out and you realize like what this entity wants. But in this instance, it's like, how do you beat this? Like, what do you live in that house forever just being haunted? Like,
I know.
how do you beat Bagul?
How do you beat Bagul? Maybe they tell us in Sinister 2.
Maybe 2. Maybe we should watch
two.
Sinister. Maybe we should have watched Sinister 2.
No, it's okay.
But
I remember watching it and being like, oh. Okay.
Also, I think it's interesting, like Bagul, like he like feeds on children or whatever. Why only take one children? He could have taken 2 children. All the families had multiple children.
True.
He didn't want to eat big meals.
Bagul, why 1 children?
Why 1 children when 2 children?
When 2 children.
There.
Yeah. Or even 3 at some point.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's true. It's like if I was at a buffet, maybe that he just took the tastier souls.
Maybe.
But that's so weird to say
if my favorite food is children.
That's true.
And I love to eat them, and I'm at a buffet, or not even a buffet, if I'm at a restaurant, and they're like, how many mozzarella sticks would you like? Would you like 4? Would you like 2? I want 4 mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, for the sake of the film, I do think it's kind of like intriguing. It's like, oh, like the whole family's dead except for one person is missing, and we like never found them. Kind of interesting.
Bagul's worried about the police.
Maybe. Yeah. Bagul is crossing county lines.
He's kind of
the police from speaking
international
to each other.
Borders even.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I do love Bagul. Can we talk about him?
Yes,
I'm a little sad that he's made up. I'm not gonna lie, because
I mean, he's based like there are like pagan deities who like feed on children or like that kind of thing, but Bagul.
But he's an awesome villain. I actually love Bagul.
Creepy.
Yeah, he's so creepy, and I think his like modum operandi or whatever is so cool.
I love, like, I know it was cheesy, but whenever they're like looking, he's got the screen behind him, and it's a picture of Bagul.
Yes, and he looks at him, and then it moves back. Yeah.
So fun.
Oh, man.
So scary.
Bagul's actually
so effective.
Just your average film student.
Yeah.
he made these indie films, and he wants people to see them. You know what I mean? It infects their souls.
Yeah, and that's valid. Who doesn't want their films
Maybe he
be
just
seen?
wants his films to be validated.
Yeah. Honestly. Crazy.
Okay, this is a little bit of Smile and Smile 2 spoiler, so maybe skip ahead a little bit. Okay. But at the end of Smile 2, like that whole concert, a stadium full of people witnesses her death. So that's an interesting way to spread that disease. I wonder what would happen if you showed Bagul's movies to an entire movie theater.
Interesting.
I wonder if...
But I think, like, you have to be living in the house.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
That was my understanding.
I also kind of wanted it to be like... I mean, the Super 8 films, obviously, like, kind of classic.
Yeah.
But it would have been kind of interesting if it would have, like, updated to, like, a newer generation film or, like, flash drives or something. Or like, VHS tapes.
Sure.
That would have been kind of cool if it had like every time he moves or something, or like
it's just a USB
it updates with a USB on like a little flash drive, a Blu-ray.
A Blu-ray. Oh my god, it's just in the cloud.
Yeah, it's just in the cloud, you know.
It's just in the cloud.
It's just a link.
It just pops
It's a
up on your
QR code.
phone. A QR code. It's just a series of TikTok videos, and you watch them all in a row.
Which tape was your favorite? Which one was the scariest one?
Oh, honestly, The Hanging.
The Hanging one was scariest for you. Mine was the freaking. Okay, I have two different ones. The lawnmower really, like, actually that was a jump scare for me.
Yeah, I agree.
When like you see the lawnmower, and I'm a little bit dumb, so I was like, where's she going with this?
I knew.
When I saw the people pop up on the ground, I was like, "Whoa!" Like I literally jumped like the first time I saw that. But I will say, in terms of sound design, the car on fire.
Yeah.
That song / scene has stuck with me since the first time I watched that movie.
I agree.
I would hear that freaking song in the back of my mind so often, and it would just give me the absolute creep. Like,
to me, it's just the people like slowly like
burning.
Squirming, like hanging from the tree.
Oh, the squirming.
The squirming.
Yes.
It all happens so slowly, and the fact that it's during the day,
Oh my god!
No,
it is
that
scary.
one to me, like, and it's. I mean, the film opens with that, and it's like throughout the movie, you like see like in the background, like, because they fucking are living in the house.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like chilling in the kitchen, and you just see the tree in the background.
Yes. Oh,
like,
the stalking is the craziest part. Oof.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting that because at one point doesn't he see himself in a film as well?
Does he?
I thought so.
Is
Maybe
he
not.
dreaming?
Oh, maybe he's dreaming.
I think he was dreaming.
Maybe he is dreaming. You're right.
Because at the end, he is recorded in his sleep.
That's right.
I think at one point he's dreaming.
Yeah. Okay. He is dreaming. I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know what was funny about the tapes is their deaths, like Ethan Hawke's family's deaths, were the least creative, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The rest of them were so messed up,
I was
bro.
reading a death from the second movie because I was just kind of like reading the plot for it. And it's these people and they're hung upside down over a pond, like a lake.
Yeah.
And then they're all decapitated by alligators. How did the kid get them up there?
Leverage.
But they're like over a lake. Like if there's a tree, how is he gonna lift them? You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. That's a
I
good
don't know.
point.
I have questions on that one, but I also
Yeah.
haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, big suspension of disbelief here for me as well. How did Ethan Hawke automatically know how to set up that Super 8 film in order to watch it?
I know. He looked up YouTube tutorials.
It would have taken.
Hey guys,
It would
it's
have
Marty.
taken me 3 YouTube tutorials.
At least.
And
then I would have not done it right and then given up.
Yes.
Actually.
To be able to set the heat, but immediately he's like, do, boop.
Yeah, and then also, he learned how to splice together damaged
And he
film.
happened to have everything he needed on him. Like, he didn't have to fucking special something order
That's
from Amazon.
crazy to me.
No
And he was
way.
like, you know what? Let me digitally convert these
See?
Super 8
That's
films.
what I mean.
That's literally
That's what I mean about
insane.
suspension of disbelief. There's just like little things like that I'm like,
Come on. I guess he does have all day.
like they don't show
He
him
has
going
the
to, like,
time
they don't show
and
him
the
going
alcohol.
to the store to figure it out or something, like going to like freaking Best Buy or anything.
Radio
like, nothing.
Shack. Was Radio
Yeah.
Shack a thing in 2012? I don't remember.
Crazy.
Circuit City.
I just needed to say that.
Oh my god. Okay, I have one last question for you.
Tell me.
If you were possessed by Bagul, what would be your murder? Because, okay, so like I noticed that
Oh my
all the kids, their
God.
murders were based off of stuff that they like to do. You know, like hers was, she took an axe, but then she used the blood to like paint the walls. Like there was the pool, the kid probably liked doing the pool. And then there was like
The
yard
kid probably just like doing the pool.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I don't know. But like, what would your murder be? How would you murder your family?
That's such a good question.
Police, please do not flag this.
Death by podcast. No, just kidding. I think
Something with crafts, arts and
Yeah,
crafts.
I was thinking that. Like,
What would mine be?
yeah, what will yours be?
I think a sword. You know, because D&D.
Yeah.
I think something to do with a sword. Maybe like... Dude, I don't know. Actually, maybe mine could be like a plethora of things because I love horror movies and it's like kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
Ritual
Very
sacrifice. I don't know. That's something
like
to
to
think
do?
about.
Oh, I like to knit. I would tie everyone together with a fucking yarn and then just like...
Ooh. Oh my god, you know what you just reminded me of? Okay, American Horror Story, Hotel. One of my favorite seasons, by the way. I think Lady Gaga did a great job in
not
Hotel.
seen it.
There's this one part where one of the characters sort of becomes the third in this hot couple's relationship.
Okay.
And they like start hooking
polygamy.
up her. And
Yeah.
they start hooking up and they start like doing drugs and stuff together. And then this bitch right here, she gets the brilliant idea of sewing the three of them together.
Logan and I talk about this all the time.
Okay, and here's the
We want to do, whenever they separate conjoined twins,
yeah,
we want to do
The reverse of that.
We want to be conjoined, so we never
that would
have
be
to
cute.
apart.
Like together.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Literally together. Literally together.
Brian and I talked about that too, and I was like, "Would you together me?" And he was like, "Yeah, you." I was like, "Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, let's do it. We'd just be, we'd be
so
super
funny,
hot."
so funny.
Anyway, so I'm not done with this because this is the part that traumatized me. So she is in the middle of this couple, and she sews them together. So they're like their skin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like, so the skin is now like cross stitched or whatever the fuck. And then the couple overdoses. And so she's just sitting there. Obviously, she's not strong enough to like even get up. So she's just laying there forever. And they're like rotting. And they're like sewed. A girl.
She ain't got some seam ripper on her.
When
nothing?
I saw this scene.
Wait, I have to look it up.
I thought about that scene for weeks. It was so messed up. I literally could not even.
I have to look at it. I must see this.
Mariana, oh my god. Honestly, we should just watch Hotel because it was
View
a good season,
image.
I think.
Dang.
No, it was like such a messed up film. And then there's other stuff that happened to her while she was, because like the whole premise of Hotel was that like the people who, it was kind of like The Shining, like the people who died there kind of stayed.
Okay.
And then like would haunt the hotel.
like Murder House, sort
Yeah.
of. Okay.
So it's like very similar to Murder House.
Okay,
actually.
okay.
It was a good season. Anyway, let's move on to the good, the bad, the spooky.
Let's.
Yeah. What's your good?
Sorry.
Okay. What's your good?
I thought the acting was good.
Okay.
I love the boogeyman design. I think Bagul is so spooky. He's got his little cunty bob. 8. Deputy so-and-so, love you. Dewey vibes.
He's so cute.
Times
I
100.
love.
He's so Dewey coded, but I really liked him. I love that they let their daughter express herself creatively and paint her walls. I think the movie has good rewatchability. Like, I think although going in and watching it again, you know what's going on and you know like the mystery of it all, you can kind of catch things that you didn't the first time.
Right.
I love the marriage of the tech with the supernatural, like in the ring. Like I love that, the power is in the images and like if you see the images, that gives it power. I also love when they phone in an expert to give them the lore. I'm such a sucker for that, especially if it's a professor at some obscure university and it's like a super niche topic.
I love
and
that
they're
too.
like the only expert and they have to like phone, like they have to like zoom them in, teams call them in.
He emails them scraps of lore.
Like a little bit later.
Like a little bit later.
By the way, I found this out.
And it's just like pop, 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 pop,
Yeah,
pop. And I'm like, oh my god, how do they do that?
Literally.
Like
he
little
just,
scans.
he had it. He's good to go.
I love that too, but it's because I'm like, that's my dream job. What do you mean you look at ancient folkloric demon pagan shit?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
He has a PhD in Bagul.
Yes. I'm telling you, that's what I want to do with my life.
Joan, what was your good?
The acting also, I agree. Like, I think Ethan Hawke 8. I think
Ethan Hawke 8.
Ethan Hawke 8. Like, he's such a great actor, I think.
For sure.
And I also love like the characters were not super complicated per se. Like everyone had like their archetype, and I actually kind of enjoyed that. I think it's a solid, like it's not confusing. They're not trying to be something they're not trying to be, but they do have some depth to them.
Yeah, some.
You know what I mean?
I think like Ethan Hawke for sure. We don't really get to see honestly that much from like the kids
mom or the kids.
Mom.
Yeah.
Deputy so-and-so a little bit, but like Ethan Hawke,
it's definitely really his movie. Yeah, a lot of the focus was on him, and I really enjoyed that. I also love like the Bagul lore. I think he's such a great villain. He's really cool. I want more. You know, make a Sinister behind the scenes Bagul. Like I don't know,
Origins.
some Bagul origins. I really would love to see that. Yeah. Okay, what's your bad?
Moving into a murder house without telling your wife.
Crazy.
Doing big life decisions without telling your partner about them, I think is a big red flag, and I don't like it. Like in movies, whenever it's like, surprise, I bought us a house. What the fuck do you mean you bought a house without me knowing?
Yes.
What are you talking
about? Oh my God,
what do you mean? What do you mean? I bought you a car. What do you mean you bought a car? That's a big purchase. Why wouldn't you tell me anything more? That kind of thing.
Oh my God, like the Lexus sale where like the spouse goes outside and it's a car with a bow on it. The SNL skit. We're in debt, Carl.
Literally that.
What?
Unless, I mean, maybe this is just me, like middle class Mars speaking. Like, I guess if you're like super rich and like you have the means, like,
no, that's true.
Okay, surprise each other with cars, but like, no.
Yeah.
Also, turn on the lights. Turn on the lights if you think there's someone in your house. Turn on the lights.
I said, who? Come on, baby, turn the lights on.
Turn the lights on. All of the lights. Dun, 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 dun. I had to sing a song too. I felt left out. Okay, what is your bad, Joan?
My bad is the spooky children. I don't like them.
Yeah, I agree.
Not in like a spooky way. I just don't get them. Like they just are bad, honestly.
They also didn't do anything. Like I thought, like.
No, we could have just left it at the kids or in the tapes, and like the rest of they served really like no purpose
like the whole,
in the story.
The whole part, my least favorite part of the movie is whenever Ethan Hawke's walking around the house and the kids are like, and they like run away before he turns around. I was like, that was kind of cheeseballs.
Yeah,
like,
I don't like that. It was kind of bad.
Unless it's more like I think they could have used the ghost children, the ghost daughter was really, or if it had been something about like the child who most recently died guided the new child, like that's like
that would have been
that
cool.
would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I wrote. Like, are they Bagul's willing servants or are they afraid of him? Because you get both vibes, and it's ambiguous and not in a good way. Like earlier I said like these characters had clearly defined lines, and like that was good because it's not ambiguous. The ghost children were like the opposite. Like they were very ambiguous. There were no clear lines, and it was it doesn't serve the movie, you know.
Like it makes me think of Black Phone, which like obviously these are the same people that made Black Phone, but in Black Phone, like the children that have died previous are like helping. They're doing something, and so they serve a meaningful purpose. They serve a meaningful purpose, and so maybe knowing that kind of like colors how I see this movie now.
Yeah. On the same vein as that, I kind of wish that like the tapes or what happens in them had more of a role to play in the story, because they were really just a plot device. The tapes could have been anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have to, like what happens in the tapes doesn't necessarily matter specifically in the context of the story. It's just that the tapes exist and they're spooky.
I'm okay with that.
While I love the tapes, it would have been better. Well, yes, but it would have been more cohesive if like there's some influence between the two, you know, like that's it. I mean, like I feel like the tapes do a lot of the heavy lifting in the movie, but like the movie's not about what happens in the tapes. The movies are just about Bagul and the tapes.
But the tapes are creatively named.
They are.
They're like punny.
Yeah.
They're like
family pool party.
Like family pool party. Yeah.
Or hanging out at the tree.
Hanging out with the family.
Whatever. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
So I mean, I think that they're like. They missed that opportunity. There was an opportunity that was missed with all of that happening there.
I agree.
What's your spooky?
Maybe. My spooky is, sorry, I was reading your spooky. I was about to read it. The jump scares were so good in this.
They were.
And I felt like it's a combination of the lighting and the sound design, and yeah, just they really like have some good jump scares that had me jumping out of my seat. My BPM was high.
Even now, like watching it again, you're like, oh
even
crap.
knowing they're happening,
Yeah.
it still scares me. So I just really love the jump scares, and I think it's so spooky. And the premise, like what you said earlier, honestly, like the fact that, usually when you're watching a scary movie and like crazy stuff is happening in the house and everyone's like, move out of the house, and they're like, they do, and then they die. Like, that's so scary.
It is scary.
The premise is really good.
Like the running away from the thing is what gets you. Yeah.
What's your spooky?
The tapes and the music live rent free in my head. I wish they didn't. I wish I could evict them. However, they're there to stay.
Yeah.
The lawnmower, oh my God. The lawnmower really messed me up, bro.
Yeah.
And they're all really messed up, but like also when the kid ties them up to the lawn chairs and then drowns them.
Yeah. No, that was crazy. And there's even like, you can see like a cinder block there to like, that was really crazy. Yeah. And then the fact that you can see like Bagul under the water there, like in the reflection,
so
is so
spooky.
Creepy.
I love it.
Also, you know what I just thought about? Like,
what?
It feels like this is like a parasitic relationship.
Yeah.
Like Bagul needs to. Why do we keep talking about symbiotic fucking relationships on the podcast?
Because they're essential to life.
Duh. But but yeah, like it feels like. It almost like the moving into a new house like finishes like the life cycle of like the parasite, and then it starts again.
You're right. That's so freaking cool. Wait, oh my God.
Wait, why did I kind of cook tonight? I'm just like delighting with it.
Give her a PhD.
I locked in.
Give her a PhD.
Give me my PhD in Google. Thank you.
Okay, let's rate this movie by how many of these movies you would watch before immediately moving out of the house.
I would watch 4. I would watch 4 and then I'm out of there.
Yeah, me too. 4.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't even need to watch the 5th one. Murder me now if this is what you're gonna be.
Yep, immediately. I'm like, I'm out. I'm outie.
Yeah. Okay, let's read some hilarious letterbox reviews.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
It's okay, y'all. She went to work today.
Excited.
She worked.
I did work today on President's Day of all. Is it President's Day?
It is President's Day, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I went to work today.
Go off, Queen.
I'm just so brave. Okay, this is by Liam F. This review, I always read the part.
I was like, I'm gonna let her do her.
Yeah. Nothing warms my heart more than seeing families hang out together.
This was by Hoove. 2 stars. I could not take Mr. Boogie seriously. Not if his name sounds like he's gonna bring out the funk any second. Mr. Boogie.
I didn't even think about that because I was like, it's the Boogeyman.
It's the Boogeyman. Yeah.
I didn't even. Okay, this is by F. They must not have spent anything on lighting in this movie.
They were like, we have the moon. What else?
No, they said we've Ethan Hawke in a dream. Go. Action.
This one's by Eleanor. When will we get the cute found family comedy about Bagul and his adoptive murder kids that we all deserve?
Oh my God. It's going to be like cheaper by the dozen. That movie's crazy. That movie, too many children.
Too many.
And like classic case of like you have too many children, you can't pay attention to all of them, and so the little boy upstairs with this little frog is like fucking neglected.
If I had 7 kids and I dated somebody, or have 5 kids, I'd be like, I'm sorry, this is not gonna work out for us.
Immediately no. Okay. Did you read the last one or did I?
You need to read the last one.
Okay, got it. Lola Gumball. It's Bagul's world and we're just living in it. Indeed.
King. And that about does it for today. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the podcast, tell your friends about us. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and rate us 5 stars in whatever app or podcast service you use to bring on the spooks.
Please follow us on our socials by going to scarymovienights.com or looking us up on any platform. You can also message us through our socials by sending an email to spooky@scarymovienights.com.
Tell us in the comments what you think about Sinister. How many films would you make it through before moving out? I'm Joan.
I'm Mariana.
And thanks for joining us for another Scary Movie Night. See you in 2 weeks. Stay spooky. I wonder if Bagul will be my friend. Also, like, why does he? I mean, I know he only eats children, but do we really need to murder the families?
I think that's part of the ritual. I don't know.
Oh, you're right.
I think it's part of the ritual.
You're right, because the professor did say there were
and he's got
sacrifices.
like the weird symbol thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're so smart.